Hello and welcome once again to the Spare Bedroom Show. We are here, as always, in the Spare Bedroom, coming live on Twitch. As always, I'm Dane Crooked Cut Esplin with Eric Likes Milk McIsaac and Ryan Kooks. All right, we're having some technical difficulties here because these people are too attractive to be my friends. So we're going to figure out some things, and I'm going to run an ad. And we'll be right back.
Bam.
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 And if you're...
So now, what do I do to get you on the TV?
Yeah, because I had to drink that last week because I didn't have any other
Chromecast?
It'll be this symbol, Bill. That one, and it'll say connect family room TV.
Dope. Hey, have fun in here. Can you close the door? No,
There is no door.
If you guys are going to do that.
Just don't be loud.
Yeah. 30 seconds on the ad. If you're still here, that means you're a subscriber, and that was a funny bit because we have people here tonight that are visiting.
Magic.
Oh, hey, Nikki, how's it going? And hey, anybody else in chat right now? All right, we're going to wait 15 seconds, and then I'll...
What the fuck was that?
I'll run the intro again. Cheers to the Spare Bedroom.
Are we positioned properly?
All right, we are back. Hello once again. This is, as I mentioned before, the Spare Bedroom Show. That was a little fun intro. But as always, I am Dane Crooked Cut Esplin. That is Eric's Like Milks McIsaac. And this is Ryan Kooks Kookaroots. And we are here once again in the Spare Bedroom, coming at you live on twitch.tv/thesparebedroom. You can catch us live on 8 p.m. on Sundays, Mountain Standard Time. But if you miss the live shows, don't worry. I put them up on YouTube the following day. As well, you can catch them later on the week on Spotify, iTunes Music, and any other streaming service you can find. Just search the Spare Bedroom, as well as the descriptions down below. And with all that out of the way, let me also remind you, if you can, subscribe to the channel with Twitch Prime, which you get free. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription. And once a month, you get a free subscription. So make us be that subscription. Or if you have some money in your pocket and you're just like, hey, the government's giving me CERB, I got $1,000 a week that I'm not spending money on, just give it to us. Just give it to us, okay?
Please.
All right. And with all that out of the way, this week is going to be a kind of new show again, where we're just going to deep dive into a certain actor, musician, director, somebody famous, do a tier list as we've done.
Someone a lot richer than us.
Yes, and we were kind of brainstorming ideas. Eric was late, and we figured we'd just wait till Eric showed up to give us an idea. And of course, he came in with fire. So, Eric, who are we going to be deep diving into this week?
Mr. Neo himself, Keanu Reeves. I figured it was appropriate since his Bill and Ted movie just came out. Or is it out yet? It's out?
It's out. It's on
Apparently-
streaming services now.
Is it getting good reviews? I haven't really been paying attention.
It's actually getting very good reviews. I think people had low expectations, and the movie...
Yeah, you should have number 2 or what?
Yes. Sorry if the audio was off there. I realized all the settings were off. I should have done that before. But they should be somewhat equal now. All right. So, yeah, we're diving into Keanu. Guys, what do you remember about Keanu? What are your first or favorite Keanu movies?
My very
Do you like him?
first-
Do you hate him?
I fucking love Keanu Reeves. Anyone who doesn't like Keanu Reeves,
Just a great guy.
kick rocks, man.
If you look into his life and his like charity work and stuff and his like tragedies with his wife and stuff, you can't help but love the guy.
Yeah, plus he's Canadian. Used to be a hockey player. Used to be a goalie. Used to be a pretty deadly goalie. They called him the Wall.
Patrick Waugh.
The Wall.
Like Patrick Waugh, that was his nickname. Very famous goalie. Hall of Fame goalie.
Oh.
Not-
I thought, never.
He also did very early segments on like CBC News, like on he'd do like little brief hits, like minute intros, like interviewing people and stuff. And he was just like super positive, like as an 8-year-old kid. Hey, I'm Keanu Reeves for CBC.
It's weird like to think about him being like outgoing at all, because you see him now and he's just really like, hey, you know, I'm Keanu Reeves. Like, I don't talk very loud. I don't do loud things. But then he like just kills a bunch of people in John Wick, but he just is like so monotone and like chill about it the whole time.
Oh.
And like, you know, and I was kind of watching clips or like the trailer for the new Bill and Ted, and he kind of looks like really like, hey, whoa, what's going on? Like, kind of like he's got that kind of Keanu
He
vibe.
looks older with a shaved face too.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
like see that age in him.
He should have kept the stubble on him, and it looks like he's wearing a wig in the new one.
A
So,
little bit.
and but in the old one, he's all like, yeah, what's up? Like, yeah, she had like the young kind of like, what's up, like stoner kind of vibe to him. So it's just kind of weird seeing him try to pull off the Bill. Which is he Bill or Ted? I can't remember.
He's Ted.
He's Ted.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, no, he's the best. My very first Keanu movie was Speed. My parents watched Speed on VHS, and him and super hot Sandy Bolly.
Sandra Bullock, man, yeah,
Yeah.
that was my.
The bus couldn't slow down.
Who was the bad guy in that?
What's his ass?
It's Willem Dafoe in the second
The
one.
guy from Apocalypse Now, Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, that's it.
Dustin Hoffman. No, Dennis Hopper.
Dennis
I always get Dustin Hopper and Dennis Hoffman. Or
That's
no,
silly.
Dustin Hoffman and Dennis Hopper mixed up.
That's silly.
I'm just quirky like that. Yeah, I know he was a bad guy. He gets his head cut off when he's in the train or something like that. Because they're on top of the train fighting, and then he gets his head. I don't fucking know. Whatever.
Spoilers, man.
Well, if you haven't seen Speed, you
It
should
only
just fuck
came out
off.
in 1994. Give it some time.
Right?
She was a babe back in the day too, man. Like old school Sandra Bullock. She had that like
Yeah.
90s vibe. She had like the bob, like the bang haircut, and I don't know. She still pulls it off. I was watching The Blind Side not that long ago, and she's still a hottie. Good enough for a poke.
Shout out to Pody for subscribing.
Pody on that 4 months. Love you, Pody.
Oh, I guess my buddy Ryan's listening. What's up, Ryan?
Ryan, subscribe and we'll talk.
Ryan Lalonder.
Yeah, right. I think my first Keanu movie was The Matrix. I remember watching it not on VHS, but a TV recorded version of it on VHS that my parents bootlegged on VHS, and we watched it in my Airstream camper.
Well, okay. Don't be saying that stuff on live.
I think statute of limitations. I don't think you can be caught.
You get your parents and shit.
Pody's
Pody.
always hitting us up.
Always gifted, man. Shout out to Pody.
Shout out to Pody.
He's a sugar daddy.
If you
He is.
But we just don't have sex with him
if
very
you
often.
aren't following or subscribed to Pody yet, go check out his channel after our show.
Please do. Yeah, I remember watching it bootleg in my camper. And it like
your
changed my
silver,
mind.
The bowler.
Yeah, being like 12 and probably changed my mind. I think then Speed probably followed, and then maybe Bram Stoker's Dracula, but I hated that movie.
Speed was my first, and then both Bill and Ted movies.
I don't think I seen Bill and Ted till I was like 14, 15, like until I was kind of into the stoner shit.
I was
got into that stuff.
Actually, my first I saw Bill and Ted 2 Bogus Adventure first, so I always thought it was just
Journey, dog.
a bonus journey. So I always thought that was just like the only one. Then my brother informed me that it was a sequel to Excellent Adventure, and I always thought Excellent Adventure like wasn't as good because it wasn't as wacky. But I watched them now, like, and Excellent Adventure is way better, I think.
I disagree. I think Bogus Journey is the best.
I like Bogus too.
I remember the first time I watched it. Yeah, then I watched the first. So I watched the second one first, then I watched the first one next, and then I was waiting for Death to show up, and I was like, "Where the fuck is Death?" And he's like, "I don't think he's in this one," so I was kind of pissed off.
Oh, that's true. R.I.P. to Death.
No, he's still alive. The guy plays Death.
Yeah, he's
No, I
in
just
the,
meant he wasn't in the second movie.
he's
Oh.
in the third movie though.
Same
Yeah.
guy?
Yep,
Nice.
he's going.
And
back.
then what's her ass from Flight of the Conchords plays like the Rufus character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Mel
Mel.
from Flight of the Conchords. She's Rufus. She's
I
the
don't know.
Rufus.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I saw it in the trailer and I was like, well, who else are you gonna get to play that, or to be like that iconic?
Like another get like Ricky Gervais or like another.
I think Danny
self-deprived
McBride would have been kind of funny.
Danny McBride's great.
I think Danny McBride's just good in anything.
He is good.
I'm sure there's probably actually a lot of great cameos in that movie.
Oh, I will be. Speaking of cameos, though, Keanu cameos are my favorite. Anytime Keanu cameos as himself.
Have you seen the new Between Two Ferns movie? Like the movie, not like the.
Yeah.
He has a quick cameo in that. There's a lot of famous people in that one. But yeah,
He's had some Netflix cameos.
Yeah, always be my maybe.
Netflix is lining that pocket with Keanu money.
He is so good and always be my maybe. Like he is like an overhyped version of himself who's a little more into himself, and it's so fucking funny.
Oh, Lalonder brought up a good point here. I don't know if you guys want to get into the Matrix right now. It's gonna be a big one.
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not
Okay.
yet.
We'll get into that in the tier list. We
Yeah,
are going to
in the
do a
tier
quick
list.
tier rankings. Probably not as long as our other tier rankings, but we'll do a more quicker one.
The other cameo though, if you guys haven't watched the movie Keanu yet, please go watch that movie.
I'm looking at some of these titles here. Some I don't know what half them are.
I know
Like,
they're
what's
done
that?
by the posters. It's
So
kinda
for
hard.
those of you
I
who
have up their
can't see what we're
IMDb
looking at,
page as well.
Yeah.
We're looking at all like his fucking list of movies here, and I can see like maybe half of them.
Yeah.
Like what's the one where he's a doctor?
I don't know, but
We'll get into that.
Yeah, Keanu is a movie from Key and Peele about a cat that's missing. That's named Keanu. That gets taken by like these gangsters, and Keanu's in that movie, and it's a really good cameo. So check that movie out.
What's this? I don't think I watched the whole thing. Then when's his cameo? In that
Really?
movie? In that movie?
Yeah.
I only watched up to like
Yeah, I think
'cause-
it's at the end.
because they start.
It's
He
at
starts
the
the all the gangsters that kidnapped them start like dying,
Yeah.
and then Keanu's like right at the end. I must have like passed out or just not been paying attention. I don't know.
Rewatch it, man. It's honestly, I love that movie.
Also, probably the best part about Toy Story 4. I hate that movie, but I think
What? You didn't like that?
Toy Story. I think Keanu's the best part about it. Like his character is like,
What
like,
is like
fake.
Kevin Canuck or whatever his name
Yeah,
is?
like
It's
the-
supposed to be like a rip off of like Evil Knievel.
Yeah, the old electric bike that you'd like pull and make it jump, and it would never work.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
probably all of our dad's favorite toy.
I had a Star Wars one. I had a Gazgano pod racing one.
I had those.
Yeah, those are
sick.
fucking legit, man. It's,
Shit,
if you
yeah.
get if you get it going fast enough, sparks would light up and shit, and then you go, you'd be like fuck yeah, and then just like go like 2 feet. Oh shit.
All right. Well, since we're getting into Keanu, do we want to jump into the tier list and talk about his best and his worst, or at least get
Yeah,
more
because
into
what
his
we're
career?
doing is like we'll each pick one, and then we'll fucking ramble on about that one
I
for
say
a
we
bit.
maybe only do 3 each this time.
3 movies each. Okay.
So wait,
and then
what?
we'll watch some trailers and then
So
kind of do an overall assessment.
Yeah,
of
we won't do a
Keanu.
fucking big long
So
tier
we'll
list like we
do-
usually do. Those
We'll
sometimes
do
get kind of
three
lame.
faves each, and then 1 least fave.
Sure, we'll do that.
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
that.
All right, cool.
All
All
right.
right, who's starting it off?
Eric, you brought Keanu to the table. What do you want to throw on the board there?
I just saw 2 of my man crushes in one picture, so I'm gonna pick that one. I'm gonna go with Point Break. Old
Ooh.
fucking Dirty Dancing himself and fucking Keanu. That's a good one.
I mean, I'll throw it in S tier right now.
Yeah, we'll start everything in S tier.
Right?
Did you guys watch the fucking remake of that Point Break movie?
I've seen scenes of somebody else. You know, when you're on a plane and like the person beside you is watching a movie.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of watched it. So with the sound off, and it was pretty good.
when I was living with Alex and those guys, I watched it and it was like it didn't have the same vibe. It had a totally different fucking story.
The like action scenes are shot really well because it's like all practical, no CGI. Like they're actually cliff jumping and racing and riding like huge 30-foot waves and stuff.
But it's just not sexy.
But
Like,
the actors are terrible. Like,
Yeah,
they're
like-
the, like C-list actors.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about the original Point Break then.
Right?
Why are you throwing that bad boy up there?
Because I watched it in my cabin when I was a kid. I think we just rented it on VHS, and I just thought it was a fucking badass movie when they robbed the banks with all the dead presidents' masks on. And I just think I think Patrick Swayze was badass in that movie because I always remember him as like Johnny Castle from fucking Dirty Dancing, so it's kind of cool to see him as a different character. Actually, like play badass. And the part when they're playing football on the beach, and one of the guys from that movie is
Which beach scene is better, Top Gun volleyball or Point Break football?
Ooh, I don't know. Those are both pretty slutty.
Mm.
I don't know. Whenever I play volleyball, I always pretend I'm like topless Tom Cruise, so probably that one. But Point Break is a close second.
Yeah, great movie. It deserves to be on the list.
Great, iconic.
Yeah, and
Directed by
fucking what's his ass from Red Hot Chili Peppers is in that movie.
Flea, or no, Anthony Kiedis.
Anthony Kiedis. And I always had a crush on the girl. She looks horrible now. Like she's like non-attractive girl now. She was on Orange Is the New Black, but she was the chick from Tank Girl and Free Willy, and she was the
Yeah.
chick from Point Break.
Uh,
But now she just looks like haggard. And she
directed by Catherine Bigelow back in the 90s.
Yeah,
Bringing female directors on the map.
the Hurt Locker chick. She was married to James Cameron once upon a time.
Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
And then beat him for an Oscar.
Yep.
For Avatar vs. Hurt Locker, I think it was.
Fun facts, guys.
Fun facts. I mean, we know
Fun
facts about
facts,
things.
guys.
Hollywood facts.
Yeah, we're full of.
All right.
those
I
things.
love Point Break. I fucking, again, think the action is great. I think the story's great. I think it has iconic scenes with the bank robbery, with the fucking I mean, Hot Fuzz rips it off where you
Yeah.
you want to shoot your best friend, but you can't because you love him.
Yeah.
So you have to just shoot a gun into the air a bunch of
Oh my god,
times.
Susie starts fucking firing him. Just starts peppering the sky.
Ah.
Forgot about that scene.
Yeah.
It's a sexy one.
Um,
So let's just go this way. Kook's next.
Yeah.
Can these guys see the tier list?
oh shit! I'm so sorry.
I was just So
Good
yeah,
idea.
there we go.
There you go.
So that was
Okay.
bullshit. Dane fucked up. So that's the tier list.
Yeah.
You guys
So,
want to give them a quick explanation of how this shit works?
They've seen the tier list. If you've been on YouTube, you fucking know.
S is the best. We're moving down, and then we'll put 1 in a.
There's an-
Tier.
a
Never
bad.
seen.
There's a never
I
seen
mean, there can be so many
category.
in this
We'll
never seen.
rename that one Never Watch.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's my turn on the list. We already mentioned it. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Better than the
No.
original. It was on my top sequels tier list as well.
So you think that's S tier? For now, I guess.
I mean, for now, we're
For
only
now.
gonna do, I guess, 1 S tier. 2. We'll do 2.
Two
Only
S tiers total. So this movie we already talked on. We don't have to talk on it a whole bunch, but it's early Keanu. It is a epic journey, and they made a
Great
trilogy.
soundtrack.
Great soundtrack. They made a trilogy. What? How many years ago was this movie? It's been like 35 years, and they
Like
just made another
91, maybe. Eric.
Bogus Journey, yeah. The first one was like 87. So this
So,
one would have been like 90 or
90,
91, yeah, somewhere around there.
So yeah, this movie is 30 years
Early-
old.
early
and,
90s
and
though.
it was big enough that they made another one. I think it's the best of the first two. That's why it's up there. We don't have to go into a bunch of detail.
They pulled you know how like the vacation movies, like each movie, Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo always stay the same, but their children are always different actors in each one.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they did for the Bill and Ted movies.
parents.
So like the first one was these two women that were like they played like the medieval women, but they fell in love with and brought back to normal time. But in the second one, I guess they weren't attractive enough at that point, so they got two different girls. And then for the new one that just came out, they got even they play the same characters, but these two like young chicks. So
Well, now it's their daughters. They both have like daughters in the movie.
yeah, but they still have the wives from the movies from the original ones, but they're just like played by young, sexy women again. They just never age. They just keep staying sexy.
It's a good meta joke if you know it, I guess.
All right,
All right,
what
put
about
it
you?
in. I'm putting up. I'll save that till later. I'm doing this one for G Baby, and we're going hardball.
R.I.P. G Baby, man.
R.I.P. G
The
Baby.
fucking tearjerker.
I cannot find the poster for the life of me on this fucking tier list.
I just saw it. It's
though.
right there. Like second one down from the left, and second one in
Oh, yeah.
right there.
Got it. Boom.
So if we're only doing two, does it go
Hardball.
S tier?
One of the few great baseball movies.
Yeah.
Fucking tearjerker.
What's his ass? Michael B. Jordan. That's in all the girls' panties these days.
Michael B.
He plays the
Jordan.
kid that gets kicked off the team for being too old.
From
It's-
Black Panther, and shout out to Black Panther.
Yeah.
himself.
Shit.
Let's give a
Yeah.
little. Let's
R.I.P.
give a little Wakanda,
Wakanda,
forever, everybody.
forever.
Let's give a little.
That fucked me up, man. I was drinking Friday night and I pulled that out and busted it out the news to everyone. It's
The fact that that dude had been battling colon cancer for the last 4 years and put out all those films and no one knew shit.
yeah, and
R.I.P.
then there was a
that
bunch of
guy,
pictures
man.
of him looking all like kind of rough because
Yeah,
he was looking
people
all
were giving
skinny,
him
but
shit.
people were giving him shit, making memes about it. So
Yeah.
that's kind of shitty. But anyways,
Hardball, I'll say this about Hardball. One, tearjerker. Two, maybe the only white guy helps black kids movie that doesn't suck. Who's the
Oh.
comedian who's how many times can they make that same movie? Bill Burr has
Right.
a good bit about white people helping black kids movies and how they all suck and they're not realistic. This might be one of the only ones that doesn't suck.
Because he himself is a shitty degenerate gambler who like bets on his own kids and
Yeah.
stuff. Like gets his ass kicked that one night. And it's not until G Baby dies that he's like, oh, I guess I should do something.
yeah, man, G Baby dying, that fucked me up.
I remember, being like 12 and just this fucking me up in the theater.
So what do we move
And
down?
just probably introduced me to Big Papa as well.
Yeah, the one the pitcher who would only listen to
I
that
love
song
it
on
when he-
repeat. I'd put that in. I wouldn't put it
I wouldn't put S tier. I'd put it A tier.
A tier until
personally.
something bumps it down, maybe.
All right, I'll allow
It's a
it.
banger though.
It's a
Fucking, if
banger.
you haven't seen Hardball, check it out, man. If you want to cry and watch some ball.
Yeah, if you want to tear up harder than Armageddon and Bruce Willis, this is the one. This is the one. Dude,
What is
it's sad the first time you see it.
Sometimes I shit myself and then cry more than I would in that movie.
Well,
I don't. That's
you
not even.
cry
That's not even
regularly
sad.
when you shit yourself. Those are hand in hand.
Yeah, I did it on the drive home today from Saskatoon. We had to stop in Strathmore, and my mom had to change my
Alright,
diaper.
Eric, number 2.
Go down here. Let's see what we got. I'm just gonna fucking throw it out there. The Matrix,
All right.
the first one. Not the
Matrix
fucking other ones.
Revolutions, obviously.
No, fuck that. The first one. Fucking Cypher, Tank.
Is this the
Dozer?
Matrix? I don't know. I think.
Is that the first
Or
one?
no, this was the first
No.
one.
Yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah. Sleeping in that.
So yeah, that movie was like I put that in S tier, man. That's one of his bangers. He yeah, like Ryan, my buddy on the chat said, they originally wanted Will Smith to play Neo, which would have been a horrible decision, I think.
Which I hope happens though in the reboot, because
Yeah.
I hope it's like this alternate world where, because Neo's supposed to always be this like computer program that like is like Jesus.
They're
and gets
rebooting
recycled.
The Matrix.
Yeah, it's already filmed.
Oh, I didn't know
With
that.
Will Smith?
No, I think it has
Like rebooting, like they
I think
restarting.
it has Michael B. Jordan in it though.
Oh, tight.
I mean, that'd be
But-
alright.
No, it's a
The
reboot
original-
because it's a computer, so you
Oh,
can always get
okay.
it.
The
So
original
someone
Matrix,
unplugged their computer and plugged it back in,
Exactly.
and instead of Keanu Reeves, it was Michael B. Jordan this time.
The original Matrix kind of changed the game as far as CGI goes, as far as movies with a twist that play with your mind. It was like when it came out, it was fucking epic, right? I think you know when it came out.
Yeah,
there
the
was-
Wachowski brothers. This was their finest film. They have not come close to a movie as good as this one.
Aren't
Well,
they
the
just
brothers
siblings
haven't.
now? Yeah,
Yeah.
aren't they the siblings?
Yeah, so they went from the
brothers
Wachowski
have-
brothers. Then one of them had a sex
To
change to the
siblings.
Wachowskis,
Now
and
they're
then
the sisters.
and now they both had sex changes. Now they're Wachowski sisters. So they went from Wachowski brothers to Wachowski sisters.
Yeah. Good for them.
I mean, I don't want to mention it. I don't want to comment on that because that's none of my
Sorry.
business. But I just they're odd.
Good for them. They're
Yeah, whatever.
They're
Good
really
enough.
good,
Good for them.
unique filmmakers. When this came out, it blew everyone's minds. It was how many kids on playgrounds were trying to like slowly do the slow.
Oh man, I was doing that. I'd go to the pool and I'd go to the shallow one and I'd do that underwater, man. I'd fucking. Or
I
I'd
still do that.
We'd throw frisbees at each other and try to do it. We always get smoked in the chin. Yeah.
I would leave it in and drop Point Break, probably.
I'd drop bogus.
I would drop either or. So.
Well, it's up to you,
So,
man.
it's up to you, man.
Which one?
Point.
Oh,
Yeah.
you fucker.
That's the correct call.
Although I regret my decision immediately.
Too
Yeah.
late.
man.
Card laid, card played. I think the
That was-
Matrix, like action wise too.
Yeah. When did you bring more?
Like I know Kung Fu.
We'll buy some more.
Glitch in the Matrix. Fucking
Oh,
Mr.
sorry.
Anderson. Like everything is from that movie.
Yeah, amazing movie. It is. It deserves
Still
to be
holds
up
up
here. Still
20
holds
years
up.
later.
We're still talking about the Matrix. I wasn't paying attention for a second.
No, we're talking about Paddington Bear.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he played Paddington.
So I'm gonna keep on the comedy side of things and go with I don't know if I see it up here, but The Replacements.
It's got to be on here.
It's got to be on here. It's a fucking amazing movie. Do you guys see it?
The Replacements, yeah, man, that was like one of my favorite football
No,
movies.
not have you seen it?
Oh.
You've seen it somewhere. Quick look. Is it in there?
Talk about it.
The
Yeah,
Replacements.
The Replacements. Shane Falco, the Falco flow there. That's a shout out to my little bro, who
My favorite character was always the kicker, the English kicker.
the English kicker who just smoked darts.
He just smoked cigarettes and just talked shit the whole time. And then John Favreau who played the unstable cop linebacker, and then the big fat sumo guy. I think
Well,
you
yeah.
just put one in its place if you can't find it.
No, I found
Got
Oh,
it?
he did?
Awesome. So Falco, he plays Shane Falco, a disgraced quarterback. The Replacements is about a bunch of replacement players during a strike, and he has some of the greatest speeches in any football movie. Great quotes. If you guys remember when we did the three-way debate drafting our football teams, he was my first pick.
Oh, everyone remembers that. That was
he's
unforgettable.
He's a great, he was a great character, and that's a funny movie.
Or when we were doing our tier list with or we tried to make the best football team.
Yeah.
I took the linebacker and I think the kicker, and one of you guys had Falco. Because I was going for
That's what I just said.
for that
He was
tier
my pick.
for that. Well, that wasn't really a tier. What would you call that one?
That was the three-way debate.
Oh, the debate. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was going for sexy. Koos was going for like realistic, and Dane was going for
I was
gasps.
going for gas.
So you had a fucking horse for a kicker.
And Coops won.
As Pauly C. Chuchmuch points out, Keanu did take a huge pay cut to be in The Replacements just to work with Gene Hackman because he looked up to him so much. Keanu also just like donates most of his money away to charities and cancer foundations because his early wife died from cancer, and now he promised to never marry again and donates almost half of his money all the time because he's just a good guy.
Yeah, he like takes the bus and shit. Like he doesn't drive around, eh?
Yeah, and he's immortal. You've seen those paintings of him in like the 1700s.
He's amazing.
When are you guys gonna?
Amazing.
Are you guys gonna? When are you guys gonna pick Dracula? Because I want to ramble about how fucking much I hate
That's
that
in like
movie.
that's in like my worst ones.
Okay, we'll get to that.
All right, I put this in S above bogus.
I
Scanner
put that in
Darkness.
S above bogus as well.
Shit.
I think The Replacements is his best comedic movie out of any of them.
Alright.
I love Bill and Ted, but The Replacements is you can watch that movie weekly and still enjoy it.
Can I use your phone for the chat? My phone fucking died.
All right, let's say we only can have 2 A's as well.
Two
All right,
A's,
who we got in the
aggressive?
chats
Okay, so
here?
we gotta hold on. We gotta drop an A
Oh,
here.
okay.
I would drop Hardball.
Me too, sadly.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
I guess you could say we dropped the ball.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna head out here. See you guys.
And I'm done.
Okay, I'm gonna mention some chat people here. We got Nikki, of course, my girlfriend.
Yeah, do that while I'm thinking.
We got Ryan Lalonde. What's up, buddy? Paul Chuchmuch. How's it going, man? I haven't talked to you in a while. How you doing?
Super Skid is my little brother. I'm pretty sure.
You sure? My dad's in the chat. Frequency Kenneth. What's up, man? What's your dad? Tell me what your favorite
REM song is.
REM song and Keanu Reeves movie. Hit us up.
Yeah, shout out to the chat. All right, Dane, your pick.
I'm going wild card here, but I don't know which wild card. I think I'm gonna go.
The Devil's Advocate, obviously. For those of you who are wondering what the fuck we're doing, we got a small ass TV up here, so we can't really see what the fucking choices are. So Dane's got to bring it down to his screen to actually see what's going on. But I got good vision.
So make sure you subscribe so we can get a bigger TV.
Yeah,
So
we
Dana doesn't have to squint so much.
Yeah, come on.
Our monitor is average sized at best. Me and Eric and Dana all know all about average sized at best. So
I'm below average, if anything. Dane's having a hard time deciding.
Well, I was gonna do Scanner Darkly, but it's too much of an underdog,
I
and
wouldn't
we
be able
don't
to
have.
comment.
I was gonna say I forgot about that movie. That's a cool movie,
It's
man.
a really cool
Never
movie
seen
by.
It's a trippy ass like weird.
Who did Dazed and Confused? And Boyhood.
Richard Linklater.
Richard Linklater movie. With
Yeah, it was a wacky
early,
one.
crazy like CGI photo tracing.
I see.
But
I see
I'm-
which one you should do.
I'm gonna do Speed.
Yeah, I was just
Fuck
gonna say
yeah.
that's what you
Yeah.
should do.
Speed needs to be in here.
Speed, one of my earlier Keanu Reeves movies. Keanu, when it's like written for Keanu, just a straightforward guy, military guy,
Yeah.
shouting like commands and stuff because he doesn't have much like facial
I was gonna
expressions
say like,
or
okay, we
emotions.
don't need you to do any emotions because we know you
Like,
physically
that's why he's good in
can't.
the Matrix. He's literally like meant to be a computer program in
Yeah.
that.
And Hot Sandy Bully's in it. So we already talked pretty hard on Speed. I
did.
would put it in A over Point Break.
I think it's a better movie than Point Break too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like stakes wise, I think like just throughout, like you are drawn into that movie. There's not a scene like where it's like, whew, I have a second to breathe because it's this bus that can't slow down
Yeah.
and it has to keep moving. The movie.
what's
is
that
always
quote from The
breakneck.
Simpsons? My little brother literally was talking about today. He's like, Homer's talking about the exact plot to Speed, but he's like, the bus that can't slow down.
Oh.
Yeah, that was funny. Anyways, Aiden, if you're in the chats, tell us what the fucking actual quote was because I can't remember.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
son
I
of
don't
a
know. I
bitch.
feel like, I think Speed above Point Break, personally. If you haven't seen Speed yet, Eric already spoiled it, so watch
It's
it
about
again
it's about a
anyways.
bus that can't slow down.
Yeah.
And
If it
yeah.
slows down, it'll blow up. There's a
if
bomb
it goes
the
under
bus.
50 miles an hour,
And
it
then
fucking
Speed
explodes.
3 where there's an iceberg. That if it goes faster.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of shitty seagulls. Speed 2 Cruise Control with
Yeah.
Patrick, fucking Lost Boys guy.
who replaces Keanu.
Yeah.
No.
Patrick Wilson.
Fuck Speed 2.
No.
Fuck Speed 3.
Jason Patrick from
Jason
The Lost
Patrick.
Boys. I worked with a guy this summer who looked exactly like him, and I told him that, like, I was all shy about him. Like, you know who you look like? He's like, Jason Patrick. I'm like, yes. It's like, I get that all the time. Like, he had the fucking 80s hair and everything.
Eric has already been decided, but how do you feel about Point Break getting dropped for Speed in the A tier?
I don't really have a say in it, so it doesn't really matter.
Your movie, your last favorite before we go.
Scroll down there, Dane.
Yep.
This is my last one.
Yeah, we're doing 3
Oh,
favorites. and
heavens
then
to
one
Betsy.
least favorite.
Yep.
We'll scroll down again. I can't see.
Sorry.
Oh, jeepers. Wasn't he in Smith's Congeniality?
Yeah, bring it over here. We got
Name a couple bangers. I'll pick one.
Thumbsucker, Toy Story 4, The Lake House, The Gift, Devil's Advocate, Earth Stood Still, Knock Knock.
Someone should talk about that Knock Knock movie because we were talking about it before this, and it sounds really fucking
Johnny
neat.
Mnemonic.
Oh, that one.
Oh, that one.
Really?
Johnny Mnemonic.
What?
This is just a throwaway,
Okay.
just because fucking Ryan brought it up, and I remember it. And all I remember is like Ice-T is in it, and there's a dolphin, and it's like there's like a ripoff of, or it's like the no name brand Matrix, but Keanu Reeves is in it.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Dane?
No, I've seen it like back on the Action Channel on like Start on like TV, but then like Action Channel always had commercials, so if a commercial came on and
Yeah.
Simpsons
I haven't
refund
seen it,
run
so
was taken over.
I will not comment. I'll just haul my jewel while you guys debate it.
It's basically a terrible generic action. It's almost like
It's
a
like- and it's-
terrible Minority Report.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And he's got this like weird haircut where he's got he's got a normal haircut, but he's got the side of his hair is all cut all stupid.
It
and
tries
always
to be
pissed me
like
off.
futuristic sci-fi, but now that it's like 2020 and it's like
It's very low budget.
yeah, and it's like all of this.
And
sci-fi is
Ice-T's in
terrible.
it though, and he always has like one-liners and shit.
I'm surprised you
Which
didn't
is-
fight for excellent adventure here. To be honest, surprised you didn't go with that one.
That was just kind of a throwaway. I was kind of in a rush there. Now that I'm seeing a couple other ones I should have picked, but you
Okay,
know,
well,
card laid, card
You
played.
can have
Alright.
card laid, card played.
He's sticking there in C category.
Yeah,
So that's always-
maybe he'll move that to his worst and pick a favorite after. Maybe
Right.
he changed up his
There we
order. For me, first John Wick.
I knew one of you guys were gonna pick that, so I didn't want to ruin it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first John Wick. Well, thank you, because I got to say all 3 of my faves that I had on this list, and I was not expecting that. But they've turned this into... So I'm not a big action movie guy. I don't like a ton of action movies. John Wick is one of the only action movies I can fuck with.
So you don't like The Land Before Time?
Well, that's an animated action. It's different. It's different. If it's animated, then yeah.
Also a revenge story too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
But
wanted to get
first
revenge
John
on that
Wick.
fucking sharp tooth. Sorry, go
And
ahead.
we were talking about this earlier. I don't know if you want to throw on in the background him training for this shit. But
Oh, I don't want to watch that. You want to see me get an erection?
I do want to see
While
you
we're
get
live?
action. It's under the table. It's just for me. So this movie, man, is one of the only action movies I fuck with. That's all I can really say.
Did you watch the sequels?
It takes the revenge of like old man coming out of retirement to do one last job and makes it
Like,
fucking incredible.
Literally
Yeah,
a
it makes it about
1,000
a
people
dog
had to
and a
die
wife
because of a
and-
fucking dog.
Yeah.
Like in the best way possible.
Yeah. That one. We'll put this on in the background for you guys here, but Keanu does all his own shooting and stuff in this movie. Obviously,
I mean, he's always done his own action.
yeah. But he's really good.
Oh, it's like him like training with guns, not him
Yeah.
like training like working out. Okay,
No,
all right, I won't get a
think
boner then, or I might.
You might. So let's all enjoy
But yeah,
this.
This would be
But
so
live
fucking
animation.
cool to do.
what did you guys think of?
John Wick,
Wick.
is outstanding. It is done by like veteran stunt coordinators who like finally got their first try at like directing, and it just shows they know how to fucking do a scene. There's no shaky cam like that Jason Bourne shit. It's just one fun little far shot where it's just you get to see everything. There's no cutaways because it is Keanu
Oh, that
doing
chick's hot.
all the actual shit and fucking punching people in their faces.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
that's the thing. Most
Look at that
action
shit.
movies are bullshit, and this one isn't bullshit, and the story's fun. Like,
And there's lots of good cameos too, like fucking Kevin Nash, Willem Dafoe, the hot chick from Friday Night Lights.
Alfie Allen from Game of Thrones.
Oh, the
or Lily Allen's brother. With
Yeah.
the song Alfie's about.
whenever that's blue, click it.
What is it?
I get extra points
Oh.
on.
Oh, they're playing.
But yeah, John
I
Wick.
guess they're making a drinking game out of this.
John Wick is my favorite action movie.
Every time I say
maybe
sexy,
ever.
shit.
Anytime I
Maybe
interrupt
ever.
someone.
Anytime Eric says sexy, well, you guys will be fucking loaded. Because I say that word a lot.
Yeah,
And I
sexy and
interrupt
slutty.
people a lot.
If Eric says sexy or slutty,
Which
take
I gotta
a
stop
drink.
saying because sometimes I say it at really inappropriate times. I'll be like, yeah, I don't want to get into it, but yeah, sometimes I'll say it and I'll be instantly be like, oh, I should not have said that word.
Yeah. So
Or
drink,
when I'm around
drink
like
along.
when I'm around like my aunties or my mom and stuff, they're like,
But what do you guys think as far as the tier list? Where it should
All right,
like,
yeah,
be?
let's bring up this tier list.
I don't know, man. I kind of forgot about this movie, but I remember it being really dope. I remember going to the theater to like because I was just really bored, and I
put
went
it
to
in
John
A.
Wick to go see, or I went to go see it just kind of like because I had nothing else to do, and it turned out to be just like a really dope movie. So I put it in A.
I
I
put
would
it in
drop-
A. What would you drop?
Either or, bogus or speed.
What would you drop?
I'd drop Bogus over.
I-
Oh wait, no, out of those
Bogus
three.
or Speed?
Oh fucker. Shit. Speed. Shit.
Okay, I dropped Speed too. So Speed drops. Speed drops. Should we do 3 Bs and 2 Cs or 2 Bs and 3 Cs?
The other ones don't matter
All right.
because it is just B and C.
So what's your final good one?
My final good one. Do I pick the Lake House? I'm pretty tempted.
Wasn't Sandra Bullock in that one too?
Yep.
So that was like their like little rekindling film.
It sure was.
Is there like a full on sex scene in that movie?
That's all.
When I closed my eyes, there was.
Yeah, just listen to their voices.
There's an app now where you can like replace someone's face with
Yeah,
another
it's just
person's face.
Those deep fakes are fucking gross.
Yeah, it's like a new deep fake
I'm gonna
technology
start, like,
that just anybody
Putting
can
my
have.
face on porn actors
Just
so I can
There already is that.
yeah.
what?
And it's actually illegal.
Oh shit!
It's called revenge porn, and it's illegal.
All
What
right.
if it's your own face?
Interesting.
No, like I want to put my own face on porn actors so I can like
Oh, I
watch.
see.
So it's like I'm in the video
It's revenge on yourself.
and then I'll send it to people so people actually be like check out how good I am at sex.
All right, I'm doing it. The Lake House.
The Lake House. It's a good movie.
It's not really, but looking at this list, there's not much else to it. I could have picked Thumbsucker, but I don't know.
Oh, that was a good one too.
I'll shout out honorable mention. The Lake House is a movie about a lake house and its mailbox being able to transport letters through time.
The plot to that's like just explaining that out loud.
And
it's just really fucking
Keanu
stupid.
Reeves lives, I think, in the house in the 90s, and Sandra Bullock lives in the house in the 2000s. And they are able to send letters through the mailbox to each other and then fall in love and then meet up later throughout time.
Do they like use it to like?
I think
Did
there's
you
a
say
scene,
like on September 11th, 2001? Maybe you should do something about canceling airplanes
I
or
think
something.
there's a scene too where like he puts his penis in the mailbox and she like puts her she like sticks her ass up to it.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe that's again my imagination. I
It
can't
might be
remember.
a Family Guy skit.
I'm pretty sure that is a Family Guy skit actually.
Yeah, I would put it in C. That's where I'd put that movie.
Yeah.
I'll
not
say
better
this,
than
as we've said, Keanu Reeves is not a good actor. So when you put him into a love romance movie, you don't get a lot out of it.
I'm gonna go. Can I do an honorable mention here?
No, now you do your
Yeah, you
least
do your
favorite.
least
Oh,
favorite.
least favorite.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with
Dracula.
like Dracula's not that bad of a movie. Just Keanu
It's
Reeves
just-
in that
he's
movie
bad
is
in it,
fucking
yeah,
horrible.
100%.
Like he just doesn't fit the part, and he just is horrible. And that would have been such a dope ass movie because
Well, this is a tier list of Keanu Reeves movies, so whatever you want to do with that.
Like yeah, I heard you say Street Kings
Or,
earlier, and that
or
movie.
what you can do is drop your other one to worst and put another
Toy
one
Story
up.
4.
I'm gonna go Dracula just because he's so goddamn bad in that. Not a bad movie, just a bad performance by my boy Keanu.
Oh, fucker. It is too like a 4-hour movie. Like that movie fucking drags.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Take
a
care.
fan
Should
of
have
that
called it
whole movie.
Dragula.
Oh,
Fuck, I'm just on fire today.
you're fucking
Someone give this
fire.
man another drink.
Jesus.
I remember what's his ass is good in it though. Gary Oldman played Bean Dracula. He did a pretty good job.
Name a movie Gary Oldman's bad in. All right, and so Dracula.
Moving on.
Yeah, that's true. I can't think of fucking
Yeah,
one.
he's terrible in that one.
Next time we should do Gary Oldman, man. Doesn't have a bad movie.
You know what we'll
He's a guy who fucking sinks into his role.
You know what I think we'll do? We'll talk about it after, but I think we should let the fans decide weekly who we do. it on.
Let the fans decide.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea for this. If we do the show once a month, we'll let you guys decide who we deep dive next. But for me, worst Constantine. I hated Constantine, man.
Hey, put it up there.
Bad movie.
Based on the comic book Hellraiser.
Name. One thing you like about Constantine?
Tilda Swinton.
I always thought that he was just hacking darts the whole time during that movie. I thought that was kind of cool. And he had some cool tats.
You know, it's not a good movie when smoking. He smokes. It's like your highlight. It's just a bad movie all around. I don't need to talk a lot on it.
I don't know when the mask when he'd say smoking, that was my favorite part of that movie.
I mean, Constantine is a comic book character who's supposed to be a blonde British guy, and then they made him like a brunette, brooding, just like mumbling guy.
Mumbling, stumbling, fucking.
I'm Keanu Reeves. They had the smoking red, I guess. There's some cool god. I mean, if you like those like god, angel, demon movies, religious war shit, angels versus demons, Tom Hanks.
I'm sure there's a few fanboys that aren't happy with that choice, but it's a bad
Sweet
movie.
Sweet
guess
November.
What? You're wrong. It's a bad movie.
Yeah, it is a bad movie.
I'm sure you're gonna go Toy Story 4 because apparently you really don't like that movie.
I really don't like Toy Story 4.
Like, can you tell me like what you didn't like about it though?
I think it could have been a half an hour TV special. I think Toy Story 3 is one of the perfect endings. I think they have their great endings.
There is not a movie on the planet that really needs a fourth movie, and there's not a movie that has the same story 4 times ever.
Land Before Time 4.
And this
no, not into
Escape to the Great Valley.
Maybe John Wick 4. Maybe I'll change my tune on John Wick 4.
Is there going to be a fourth one?
I'm sure there will
Probably.
be.
How many do they have now? 3?
Yeah.
Fuck. So the first one, I thought that was cool. I was like, all right, that's
Second
good.
one's great too. I haven't seen the third one.
all 3 are great.
Okay, I didn't know that. I just kind of assume. I just always assume sequels suck, so I usually don't give them a chance unless someone recommends it.
Toy Story 4 was created because fans were like, "Hey, what happened to Bo Peep? Didn't Woody have a girlfriend named Bo Peep that wasn't in Toy Story 2 or 3?" And then like, "Oh shit, let's bring back Bo Peep." And now Woody like leaves Buzz and everybody, and it's like Woody would never do that.
Nope.
No toy left behind. Like that's what they taught us in the first one.
I think if I rewatched it, because when I saw it, it was like right when those nice theaters started getting the leather seats, the reclining and everything. And I was really drunk when I went.
You just fell asleep.
And they were like bringing us drinks and pretzels and stuff. So I was like, this is fucking dope. But I don't think the movie was actually that good, but I just remember it being a good experience. So
I'm gonna turn up for this podcast.
I keep talking it up, but maybe I should stop until I
Toy
get
Story 4 deserves to be enough. That's it. That's the tier list.
That's our mini Keanu Reeves tier list.
Lalonder threw out a good one here. 4th, Rocky 4. That's the Russian.
I thought we were talking Keanu Reeves movies.
Oh, he just said.
But I said no movie should really have a fourth.
And Rocky 4. Yeah.
Is Rocky
Keanu Reeves
Rocky
was
4 isn't Rocky 4 Tommy Gun?
No,
No,
that's
it's
Rocky
five.
5.
Rocky 5. Then it is
Drago's Rocky 4.
Drago.
Ryan Lalonde, which one's that? Is that Clubber Lang or is that the Russian?
Drago, it's
Drago,
Russian.
Simon Drago.
Okay.
1 and 2 are Apollo. 3 is fucking
Clubber Lang.
Clubber Lang.
Mr. T.
So we got The Matrix. What's that? I don't
The
know.
Replacements.
The Replacements in our S tiers.
I know. Honestly, John Wick probably would have been over the Replacements for me. I don't know. why I didn't do that.
John Wick and Bogus Journey A, Hardball, Point Break, Speed B,
And then 2 just positive
Johnny
picks.
Mnemonic and Lake House.
No one can
and
really even
C.
say that
I'm-
properly. Mnemonic?
Name the ones that it's mnemonic, but name the ones that we missed in the chat because clearly Excellent Adventure should have been at least in C over those.
Going through, we got some shout outs. Scanner Darkly, 47 Ronin, Knock Knock, where he has a sexy threesome. Excellent Adventure, Replicas.
Hey, Jill, if you're listening, can you bring me a nude?
Jill, bring 2 nudes.
Bring nudes and then send.
And not the
nudes.
drink, just pictures of you. Just kidding, the drinks.
Drinking was okay.
But
No, I remember it being not good at all. If fucking House was in it, that was a very bad movie. I'm embarrassed you just said that.
All right. Do we want to now watch the new Bill and Ted
Yeah, let's watch
trailer,
the
or
new
do we want to
trailer.
watch the first Bill and Ted
let's
trailer?
watch the first one and then we can
And
compare
then
how old
let's
he
watch
looks.
the oldest.
All right.
So Excellent Adventure first.
Oh, here comes Jill with their nudes. I wanted nudes of your body, not the alcohol.
Oh, Eric's drunk. Chris, you
Gosh,
need it.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Jill's our waitress tonight. I've been dumping sourpuss in my nudes.
You're the weirdest.
I'm just trying to get rid of the sourpuss. It's been sitting here for like a week.
Yeah. Thanks, Aiden, for leaving a bottle of sourpuss.
Yeah, my little brother left a bottle of sourpuss here
Unfortunately,
2 weeks ago or a week ago.
Unfortunately, I am 33, so I do not have 14-year-old girls over, so it's been just sitting here for Eric to drink.
So I'm dumping puss into my nudes.
This guy's on fire.
I'm just too good, man. I should have left like 20 minutes ago. All right, guys, we're gonna watch a fucking doozy of a trailer. We're watching Excellent or
Excellent.
Excellent. I don't think I've ever seen this trailer.
Yeah, I definitely haven't seen this trailer before.
Let me pull it up.
Do a Max screen.
an Orion film, man. You know it's fucking old when it's an Orion film. A production company that went bankrupt in like the early 90s.
Oh yeah.
All right. You guys volume on this bitch or what?
Probably on the TV.
All right.
Picture so grand, so magnificent, and so vast, it spans 7,000 years. No way! Yes way!
Wow.
Fucking
R.I.P.
Who was Joan of Arc? And
Carlin, right?
George Carlin, yeah.
Yeah.
So look how like fucking like into it he is. Like he's got some life in him.
anywhere we want, at any time, you can do anything you want. It's putting history at their fingertips. Let's reach out and touch someone.
And can you name any other movie that that fucking Alex Winter's been in besides fucking
Nope.
Lost Boys and Bill and Ted?
Nope.
And Freaked. He's in Freaked. That's gotta suck. Just watching Keanu Reeves' career just fucking skyrocket and he just stays nowhere.
Apparently, the original script I just found out had them. The time travel device was supposed to be like their like band van, but then Back to the Future came out just prior, so they were like, we don't want another vehicle to be the time travel. So then they changed it to a phone booth, thinking that that was original, but then it's like Doctor Who.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's British.
Yeah,
Americans
that's
don't.
British. That show has only been
We're gonna
out
have
for
an
20 years longer than this movie.
We're gonna have an American phone booth. None
Yeah.
of that blue shit.
Yeah, none of those domed phone booths. It's a fucking rectangle.
As far as concept goes, this seems
Abe
like
Lincoln was my favorite of the guys.
this seems like the height
wait,
of
man,
cocaine.
Napoleon.
No.
What were you saying about?
Like, do you think this is like the height of cocaine in Hollywood? Like,
Oh, these guys were like, I'm surprised they didn't have all that rings around their
You
noses.
know, what,
Like,
you know what a good idea is? You know what
Not
a good
them.
idea is, man?
but definitely the actors and like the writers or the writers of this.
We need 2 high school kids, and they're in a band, and they travel in time. How do they travel in time? Phone booth, man.
Phone booth, man. And George Carlin's this guy named Rufus.
Joan of Arc.
Who's famous in history, man?
Yeah, so it was like the people they brought back was Billy the Kid, Joan of Arc, Socrates, but they kept calling him Socrates.
So crazy.
And who's the guy who's into his mom?
Sigmund Freud.
Yeah.
Abe Lincoln.
Abe
That's
Lincoln,
one.
Then Napoleon Bonaparte was like ripping around.
Genghis Khan.
Yeah, and Joan of Arc. But I just remember the part when they go to that the water park with
Genghis.
Napoleon. Yeah, and go bowling with him and take him to like the Piggly Wiggly place.
And he's just so short that he's not allowed on the rides and stuff.
All right, so that was the original.
That's the original.
What year? 1988. I was off by 1 year.
88. So let's check out the new trailer for the new movie. If you guys have seen the movie already, let us know in the comments. It is out on streaming services. Or on demand, I guess. It'd be out on demand.
There's a Max and Thompson ride? Shit, yeah, this looks alright. Oh, they brought Orion pictures back.
Oh, that's another Jillian Bell right there.
Hey.
See how their wives are like young and sexy now? That's the original dad too. This looks really rough.
You think it's? I just hope it's not the Clerks thing where it's about the daughters and it's terrible. Like, I hope they have very little to do in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's not like a backdoor pilot. Like, now the sequel is going to be with the daughters.
They actually,
It's getting good reviews. So.
because these guys are both like what, like 50 something. Like they look pretty alright.
Right?
There's
I do think
Mel-
Keanu looks older without the beard.
They should have given him like a mustache or something, or like handlebar
He's
mustache.
got like that saggy like chin now, or like
Yeah.
the turkey gobble.
we just go to the future when we have written it? Take it from
See what I mean by he's like, yo, like he's got the like. I mean, how you describe it? The
I think he
Keanu
sounds
voice, I
pretty
guess you would
similar.
call it.
He just sounds older.
Seems like it's gonna have like good like multiverse,
The
like
jacked ones are sweet.
yeah, just different fun timelines.
So yeah, he looks pretty good with that beard there. He should
Yeah,
just
right?
kept that.
Kid
Kid
Cudi?
Cudi?
Yeah. Wait, was that Beethoven again, or is that Mozart? I forgot who they said it was.
I wasn't here.
Hey, they still do that pose, eh?
Yeah.
And that fucking like, what's up?
Alex Winter went through that like Mark Hamill, Star Wars, like have to get back in shape and look good again, get some plastic surgery probably.
Yeah, he still looks pretty good. He looks better than Keanu.
What's the one daughter's name? She looks super familiar. Not that one. That one.
I don't
She's
know.
from the show called Atypical,
That's right.
Yeah.
Atypical.
where your brother has like autism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good show. Atypical is a really good show. Honestly, that looks great to me.
Honestly, I'm excited for it.
What do you guys think?
Are you
I think.
excited?
Oh, sorry. Fuck. Every time this thing pops up, I gotta press it.
Yeah. Just for me. I'm just collecting points. So one
Thompson,
day-
Manitoba. That's a whole different That's a whole podcast in itself. Me rambling on about that fucking place. I miss it though. Anyways,
Looks
Yeah,
good. It honestly looks really good. Keanu looks old as fuck.
Right?
Like old as fuck. Alex Winters looks better than Keanu in this movie.
That's actually strangely true.
Yeah.
women in the chat, who would you rather fuck?
Don't even be a woman.
Keanu or Alex Winter? I still don't know which one's Bill or Ted. I always fucking forget. I think Alex Winter is Bill and Keanu's Ted,
I'll find it.
but I'm
He's
just
Ted.
who.
Keanu's Ted.
So I was right. So yeah,
He's
Bill,
Theodore, which I thought.
Theodore.
Bill
Esquire
Preston Esquire and Theodore.
Roosevelt.
Yeah, they have like they have handsome names, but they just go by Bill and Ted.
All right. As we leave, guys, what are
we're
your
done?
final
We're done?
thoughts on Keanu?
I guess we've been going for like an hour. Eh?
Yeah, exactly.
For me, Keanu Reeves is like the biggest gem in Hollywood. He just seems like an overall good dude. He has no problem making fun of himself in cameos. He's left me with some great memories on different movies. He's Canadian. Big 2 thumbs up from me for Keanu. I fuck with Keanu.
He's an actor who figured out who he is and what roles he's good at. And
Yep.
like he doesn't like try to reach for a drama role or be like, people aren't taking me seriously. I need to do that dramatic role so people like. He's just like, I'm Keanu. I'll do an action movie. I'll do this.
I think he got all that shit out of the way, and like early in his career, he's like, "Hey, clearly they didn't like me in Dracula or doing this and that, so I'm just gonna stay true to like the very little emotions that I do have and just play the same character."
Give him an Oscar.
He'll get one of the. He'll never get an award, but he'll like get a lifetime achievement award for like
exactly.
his like
He might
great
get,
charity work and like.
Where's
all
he-
that.
where's he from in
humanitarian
Canada?
award.
I want to say like Halifax.
Trying
Or
to say
something.
in Burnaby.
Somewhere weird like Halifax. Yeah, no, Keanu. I've always fucked with Keanu. He's been a part of my life since I was a young child. Ever since I saw him in Speed at my cabin, and Matrix came out when I was 9, and I used to fuck with that a lot.
Well, he was born in Beirut, Lebanon.
Ooh.
Oh fuck! Well, fuck him then if he's not Canadian. We shouldn't even have done this podcast tonight.
I
Fuck
wonder if
that.
he still has a citizenship. Probably not at this point, right? He probably renounced. 'Cause he doesn't rep
Interesting.
Canada, but
Figure-
no, I
figure out where
forget. What? How do you?
I now take everything I said against. I take it all back. He's a horrible person who lied to us.
Yeah, he's not fucking Canadian. He's like, Canada can go fuck off.
Oh shit! He scored a supporting role in Rob Lowe's hockey flick Youngblood.
Oh yeah, fuck! I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, he was the goalie. He was the French goalie in Youngblood.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think Paul said that, or Paul said that in the chat where he's like, he's also a good goalie, and I like.
Oh, the
I
chat's
didn't
like
think
blowing up. Like Ryan's like giving us facts all day. Moved to Canada as a kid. Yeah.
Always weird to see The Matrix on APTN. Oh yeah, because he's indigenous.
Oh
He's
yeah,
got
he's
the
also
Chinese,
indigenous.
like,
He's one of
native-
my people. Yeah,
You can
forgot about that. The Matrix on APTN.
All right. So you guys, I mean, obviously we're not going to go to the theaters, but you're excited to go
Yeah.
to see Bill and Ted.
I'm excited to go and
We should
download
throw
it.
it on right now.
Right.
On demand right now.
What is it on? Like,
You could order it on demand. I can buy it on Apple.
Oh, it's one
Oh.
of those movies.
Yeah.
It's not doing the Tanat.
No.
I do want to see that fucking
It's
Tenet.
in select theaters too. They're doing both though. They released it on demand.
Obviously, because they got to get the Oscar. You know, you got to.
There's another movie.
There's
that
only
just
going to be
came
so
out that I
many
wanna
movies
fucking
for
see, too.
Oscars
Yeah,
this year.
Bill
This
and
is-
Ted. They have a chance.
This
There's
is
only
their chance.
9 movies are coming out this year, so Bill and Ted is up for Best Picture.
against Pete Davidson. And
Yeah. Pete Davidson and
Yeah, I still got to see that
Christopher
fucking movie.
Nolan.
yeah. Who's it gonna be?
So we got any recommendations this week?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, recommend Keanu Reeves movie or just recommend anything.
I recommend The Land Before Time, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it at a convenience store when I was in Saskatoon. I saw one of them at a convenience store.
Like
in
you watched the
Saskatoon.
whole movie in a convenience store in Saskatoon.
Yeah. There's a video store in Saskatoon right by this Mexican restaurant that we ate at and it's still sold. There's still rented VHS tapes, and I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Also, my trip to Saskatoon, if my family's listening, it was good times. It was good to get everyone together. We got real drunk.
Are you recommending Saskatoon?
I'm recommending Saskatoon because I went there. I was telling Dane, I'm like, I do not want to go on this trip. This is gonna suck. Like Saskatoon is a fucking
I fuck with Saskatoon.
is a
I'm saying
bummer. But then we get there, and like, if you're staying in the right part of town, like it does have dumpy parts of the city, just like Calgary does. But
No.
it actually was a fucking nice trip. It was nice to see everyone.
Yeah.
We went down the water slides.
Saskatoon is better than Regina. So if you're watching from Regina, go fuck yourself. Saskatoon's dope city.
Oh, shots fired, bitch!
My recommendation, I usually do music. So there's this band called the Wild Stallions.
Hey!
Check them out. Check out the Wild Stallions. Replace the I's with Y's. And you can find them online. They played a high school prom.
I was gonna say basically their Kiss. God gave rock and roll to you.
Yeah. Also, check out the Bill and Ted soundtracks. They're great soundtracks. So check those out. But those are my recommendations.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves movie. Go watch Hardball.
Yeah.
If
If you
can
wanna
find it. If you
fucking
wanna
cry.
Yeah, don't do it while you're drinking. You'll get
Um,
real depressed.
Otherwise, I've been watching The World's Toughest Race on Amazon Prime, which is like a hardcore amazing race.
You mean the Amazing Race Canada?
No, it's just
Oh.
the World's Toughest Race.
If we're just doing regular shoutouts too, Eastbound and Down is on Crave, and Righteous Gemstones is on Crave. We talked about Danny McBride earlier. Danny McBride, I feel, is the best comedic actor in the world right now.
Rolanda, thanks for coming and checking us out. Good to see you, bud. Or good to hear from you on chat.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's-
thank you for anybody in chat. As I'm reading this out, first person to say an actor with a deep body of work is who we will deep dive into next week.
And next week, guys, or next month. Next week, guys, we're going to be live streaming Nintendo 64 with a guest for the guest room.
Yeah, Alex
Yeah.
Cleach.
So it'll be our first video game live stream with a guest.
Our first guest.
Yeah, first
actually.
guest, first video
So that'll be
game
kind of
live
weird.
Yeah.
He will be playing a
Yeah,
game, and we'll be
what's
having.
his podcast? What's he coming on from?
Yeah, he's a basketball player. He's the double
Double
podcast guy.
That's good.
He used to be my roommate. Me and him have a lot of slutty stories, so that'll be fun. Check it out. It'll be
Yeah.
good. He's a funny guy.
All right, and we got from Stanch91, Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
Oh God.
There we go. He's got some good and he's
Nick
got
Cage
some
it
bad, so that's a nice controversial pick.
Mhm.
There's
Also, beach volleyball champs.
Oh, yeah,
Holler.
congrats, guys.
a beach volleyball champs.
Thanks to
Cooter
Alex
62.
Cleach.
Sorry, we'll do De Niro another time
Oh shit.
because you wrote Dennison and I don't know what that is. I think you meant to write De Niro first.
Well, it's Nick Cage.
But suck it, Cooner. Raptors suck. Go Celtics. We're gonna
Oh,
sweep.
boo.
We're
Not
gonna
gonna
sweep.
They're
Baba
not gonna-
Ganoush
Ah,
in
it
2006.
depends.
Fuck you, Ryan.
All right.
No, like different Ryan. But
So
fuck,
next
but
month-
fuck you too.
Yeah.
You can see us deep dive into Keanu Reeves next week. You can come watch us play Nintendo with a guest with our new show. And with all that out of the way, this has once again been the Spare Bedroom Show coming at you live from the Spare Bedroom. I am Dane Crooked Cut Esplin. We got Eric Lakes Milk McIsaac and Ryan Kooks Cooker Roots. Go out there, watch yourself a Keanu Reeves movie. Stay safe. Go watch Black Panther. Go watch
Yeah.
42. Go watch Get Up. Go watch any of those amazing movies.
Get on up.
Follow us. Go subscribe to us on YouTube. We need like 30 more.
Go follow us on YouTube, especially. Watch those. Watch our Game of the Week segments. If you missed them last week, we had a lot of fun games that we did. It was a really fun episode.
Watch my
And
cooking
they're all
show.
They're all cut into smaller clips now.
Cooking
guys.
with a Bastard.
Yes.
Good times.
Go watch Cooking with a Bastard. I think I changed it just to Cooking with Eric.
Oh, because it's getting too much flack for having it.
Well,
But then
we
it
can't
still like
promote
pops
it.
up with like Cooking with a Bastard. But yeah.
We're gonna do some more videos here next weekend. Me and Aiden got a bunch planned, so
So with all that out of the way, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, tell a friend, follow us on all social media platforms as we just said. And until next time, I'm still Dane, Eric, Kooks. This has been another